If your career feels wrong, the dangerous move is not changing paths. The dangerous move is building a fantasy and calling it a plan. A career change is not just a new job title. It can feel like questioning your identity, your past choices, your money, your confidence, and the story you tell people when they ask what you do. This video is about changing careers without lying to yourself. Not by being negative, not by killing your dreams, but by making your next move honest enough to survive contact with reality. Most people lie to themselves in one of two directions. One person says, I can become anything in 3 months if I just believe hard enough. Another person says, I am too late, too old, too behind, and I should not even try. The first lie creates rushed decisions and disappointment. The second lie creates paralysis. Honest career change lives between those two extremes. It says, this may be possible, but I need evidence, effort, and time. The simplest way to understand a career change is this. You are not deleting your past. You are translating it into a new market. The question is not, can I start over from zero? The question is, what can I carry forward? Before you chase a new title, take inventory. Write down what you actually know how to do, not vague words like leadership or communication. Write the concrete actions. Did you write reports, manage clients, train new hires, analyze data, solve customer problems, organize projects, or sell ideas? Your current job title may feel unrelated to your dream job, but titles can hide transferable skills. A teacher may have experience in presenting, curriculum design, coaching, conflict management, and measuring progress. Those are real skills, even if the title says teacher. A useful inventory does not only ask what you did, it asks what people repeatedly trusted you with. Were you the person who made messy information clear? The person who calmed angry clients? The person who found errors? The person who kept projects moving? You also need to notice what gives you energy and what drains you. Being good at something does not always mean you want to do it for the next 10 years. Career change without honesty means respecting both competence and energy. Here is the uncomfortable part. The market does not reward your private potential. It rewards visible proof. You may know you would be great in a new field, but employers, clients, and collaborators need reasons to believe you. This is where many career changers get frustrated. They think, I know I can do the job, so why will nobody give me a chance? The answer is often simple. They have not built enough proof for a stranger to take the risk. If this kind of practical career thinking is useful, consider subscribing. The goal here is not motivational noise. It is clearer decisions, better proof, and smarter moves in a changing job market. One of the best tools for honest career change is the Bridge Project. A bridge project is a small, real project that connects where you are now to where you want to go next. It is not a fantasy. It produces something visible. If you want to move into data analysis, a bridge project might be cleaning a public dataset and writing a simple analysis. If you want to move into UX, it might be redesigning a confusing checkout flow and explaining your decisions. If you want to move into learning and development, it might be creating a short training module. A bridge project should be small enough to finish, but real enough to teach you something. The point is not to create a perfect masterpiece. The point is to test whether you enjoy the work, understand the work, and can show the work. Proof of work is anything that lets another person see your ability. It could be a portfolio piece, a case study, a sample report, a process breakdown, a public article, a recorded demo, or a before and after example. Saying I am passionate about product management is a claim. Showing a thoughtful teardown of a product and explaining user problems, trade-offs, and priorities is proof. The second one gives people something to evaluate. Fantasy career planning feels productive because it is exciting. You watch day-in-the-life videos. You imagine the salary. You picture a cleaner version of yourself with a better calendar, better habits, and better confidence. The problem is that fantasy planning usually skips the boring friction. It skips beginner confusion, rejection, repetition, feedback, awkward networking, and the gap between liking the idea of a career and liking the work itself. To avoid that trap, ask what the work feels like on an ordinary Tuesday, not the highlight reel, the normal version. What problems would you solve? What tools would you use? Who would judge the quality of your work? What would make a day frustrating? One honest move is to talk to people who already do the work. Do not ask them to get you a job. Ask what beginners misunderstand, what the hardest part is, what skills matter first, and what a normal week looks like. But remember, other people can give information. They cannot give you certainty. One person may love a field because it fits their personality, while another person hates the same field for the same reasons. Use conversations as data, not permission. A realistic timeline is not the same for every career change. Moving into a nearby role may take a few months of focused proof building. Moving into a highly technical, licensed, or competitive field can take much longer. Honesty means naming the gap without shame. If the target role requires skills you do not yet have, that does not mean you are doomed. It means your plan needs learning time, practice time, feedback time, and proof time. Pretending the gap is smaller than it is can lead to weak applications, random courses, and constant disappointment. Pretending the gap is impossible can make you quit before you gather any evidence. Both reactions waste time. A vague target makes progress hard to measure. I want to work in tech is too broad. I want an entry-level customer success role at a business software company is clearer. A target with edges helps you decide what proof to build. Once you have a target, read job descriptions like a detective. Look for repeated skills, repeated tools, repeated outcomes, and repeated words. One posting can mislead you. 10 postings can show a pattern. The pattern tells you what the market keeps asking for. That does not mean you need to match every requirement. It means you should know which requirements are central, which are nice to have, and which are outside your current plan. Learning matters, but courses can become a hiding place. A course is useful when it helps you build skill. It is not useful if it becomes a way to avoid producing work, asking for feedback, or talking to real people. A stronger plan connects learning to output. Learn one concept, then use it in a small project. Learn one tool, then create something with it. Learn one framework, then apply it to a real problem you can explain. Feedback can feel uncomfortable, but it saves time. Without feedback, you may repeat the same beginner mistakes for months. With feedback, you find out what is unclear, weak, missing, or surprisingly strong. Career change also requires an identity shift. At first, you may feel fake saying you are moving into a new field. That feeling is normal. You are not claiming to be an expert. You are claiming to be someone building evidence. Instead of exaggerating, use honest language. You can say, I have experience managing client problems, and I am building proof in customer success. Or, I am a former teacher creating instructional design projects. This is clear, confident, and true. Many people feel embarrassed that they did not choose the perfect path earlier. But your past work is not automatically wasted. It gave you judgment, habits, relationships, domain knowledge, and examples of how you handle responsibility. At the same time, your past does not automatically qualify you for the next role. This is the balance. Respect what you bring, but do not expect the market to translate it for you. You have to make the connection visible. A strong transition story has 3 parts. Here is what I have done. Here is the direction I am moving. Here is the proof I am building now. That story is much stronger than, I hate my current job and need something different. Sometimes a career change is really an escape plan from a bad boss, burnout, boredom, or low confidence. Those are real problems. But if you do not name them, you may run toward any career that looks different, even if it does not fit you. Ask yourself whether you need a new career, a new company, a new manager, a new work environment, better boundaries, or a stronger skill set. The answer matters because each problem needs a different solution. Honest career change includes money. You do not need to be driven only by salary, but you do need to understand your financial runway. Can you afford a lower starting role? Do you need to change gradually? Do you need savings before taking a risk? Many career changes happen through a side door. Instead of jumping straight into the dream role, you move into an adjacent role, industry, or team. Then you build credibility closer to the work you want. For example, someone in retail might move into operations support, customer success, recruiting coordination, or sales support before moving again. These steps are not failures. They can be bridges, as long as they move you closer. Networking gets easier when you stop treating it like asking strangers for favors. Think of it as learning in public and building trust. Share what you are working on, ask better questions, follow up with what you learned. At some point, you need to apply before you feel completely ready. Not recklessly, but realistically. If you wait until you meet every line in every job description, you may never start. Applications are also a form of market feedback. Track what happens when you apply. Are you getting no responses? Your positioning may be unclear. Are you getting first interviews but no second interviews? Your story or examples may need work. Are people interested in one project more than others? That is a signal. A career plan should be alive. If the evidence changes, the plan changes. That is not failure. That is navigation. Honest people adjust the route without turning every setback into a verdict on their entire future. Sometimes the honest move is to pause the transition. Maybe money is tight. Maybe your health needs attention. Maybe your current plan is based more on envy than interest. Pausing is not quitting if you use the pause to get clearer. Other times, the honest move is to keep going, even when it feels slow. If you are learning, building proof, getting better feedback, and making the target clearer, slow progress is still progress. Career change without lying to yourself is not magic. It is a cycle. Choose a clear direction. Inventory your skills. Study the market. Build proof. Get feedback. Adjust the plan. Then repeat until the next move becomes believable. Instead of asking, "Can I become this person someday?" ask a better question. What evidence can I build in the next 30 days that would make this path more real? That question turns anxiety into action. You do not need a dramatic reinvention to change careers. You need an honest bridge from who you have been to who you are becoming. The bridge is built with proof, patience, and reality-based decisions. If you are considering a career change, leave a comment with the field you are leaving and the field you are exploring. Ask a question or suggest the next career topic you want explained.